Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
That's fine now. Jump out!
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The tackle by Eric Armstead. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He may try and run for this. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the 1st.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
319! 319! Zoom.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. The left side throw complete to Adams. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
319! Hey, check 26!
Rodgers to throw once more. Escaping the pressure right. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to float this one deep. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 77 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Green Bay offense. Now about ready to take possession here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
He's going to go for a big play downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his second drop right here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, only in the first quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly.
319! 319! That's fine, yeah.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams.
So it's third and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. And he gets it down to the 32. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. On first down, Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Here we go. 58.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
3-19 to Nana.
Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers dancing to his left. And he's got his man on the out route. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Rodgers now on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And his throw here is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding, offense.
So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Garoppolo now. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep is Trevor Davis. So we've hit half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turn that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their play block.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. There's Garoppolo to throw. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Zoom. Jump out! Yeah, Liz. Jump out!
Rodgers now throwing again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 48 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second half. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down, here's Garoppolo. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the Niners move the chains as Garoppolo hooks up with Taylor. On first down, Garoppolo. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, Montgomery. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Rodgers going to throw. Steps away to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Crosby puts it through, and that will push the lead up to 12-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. That'll bring up second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clay Matthews in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Packers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
26. Jumbo.
To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Jumbo. Wide right. Jumbo. Rito going. Got. Hey, check 26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So that one will be accepted. And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Lets it fly deep and that's caught inside the 30. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Liz.
Rodgers throwing here. Eluding the pressure right. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.